Good evening, everyone. Let's see if you guys can hear us there. Give us a quick hello to say whether you can hear us or not. We see Sonia from Swindon in the UK, and Nicolas is there. Hello, hello. Gerdo, John, Elizabeth from Perth. Good evening, right? And then Thomas from Czech Republic. We have Julio from Florida, and Ryan also from San Francisco. Good morning to all of you over there in the States. Stephen is from Thras. Where is that? Carlos, Panama. Oh, we've got people from tiny areas. James from Colombia. Turkey. Hey, Suleiman. Good evening to you. Paul is also from San Francisco. Then we have Gerdo. Thomas, Berlin. Good evening. Ahmed from Singapore. It's also good evening to you in Argentina. So good morning to Daniel. Phil from Quebec, all the way over there in Canada. And we've got people from Maryland. Elizabeth from beautiful Cape Town, over here from Stellenbosch. Good evening, Elizabeth. Eric is from Dallas in the USA. Sure, so many of you, and I expect to have quite a big group here tonight. Of course, I see Jay is there, our second at the bottom. Good evening to all of you. Duncan, Anthony, all of you, good evening. Welcome to, what is it entitled tonight? Brizy Cloud, blogging, UI, design, showcase, and more. Just like you, I'm a spectator. Dimi is in charge of the next update or what we're going to see tonight. So welcome. Our session goals tonight is we're going to be talking about Brizy Cloud. Brizy Cloud. So I'm pretty sure when I say that, everyone is going to be asking questions about WordPress tonight. What's going on with WooCommerce, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they overlap at some point, but we'll try to keep it in the cloud. Tonight.
In the cloud. Keep it up there in the clouds. Showcase design UA for blogging and more. Shall I do that again? And more.
We'll see.
And talk about... Dimi looks like he's a little bit tired. We'll see. So the session tonight is around 60 minutes, or this morning. This is a live showcase, so everything you see here is being streamed directly to you. And then please, no support tickets, right? I know if you have some issues with bugs, drop it down over there at support.brizy.io. Hi, and this is me, JP. Good evening. I am just your moderator for the evening. I'm down here in sunny South Africa, and it was a very hot day in the province I am at this moment. So the sun actually just went down. Beautiful day. It's great. We are moving into summer here in the Southern Hemisphere. Dimi.
Yeah, we're moving into winter here. It's freezing cold outside. It was, I think, 10 degrees Celsius or something today. You guys most likely know me. I'm one of the co-founder here at Brizy. We're always trying to. By the way, GP, we need to switch things up here on these bullet points because we keep repeating ourselves. And I've tried to put something new in here. I'm a big fan of sci-fi books, and I'm currently reading 6 Wakes. If you guys love to read, I recommend it, especially if you like sci-fi. I'm a designer here at Brizy, and I work in web since forever, basically, after I finished high school. So yeah, let's go to the more interesting part of this webinar.
Dimi, you look a little bit tired. Was it a long day?
Yeah, indeed, it was a long day today. So I'm a bit tired, but from past experiences, this webinar or our live streams tended to raise my energy levels. So I bet on this time around as well. So hopefully by the end of this webinar, I'll stay awake until 5 a.m. working. So
I'll make you perform. I put on my nice shirt for tonight. So let's do the best.
Okay.
Right. Over to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think, Dimi, before you start, so guys, no feature requests in terms of WordPress tonight. And I think the best approach that I can give all of us here is to have a look first at the showcase. Try to wait until the very end before you have any questions regarding what you are seeing. And the number one question, when, that you can definitely leave to to the very end, and then we'll see if we can do anything regarding the when. So sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, a glass of tea, or something cool or something hot, depending on where you are, and just have a good show of what's in the works. And then for those of you who need to run off to work or need to get to bed, remember, we will put this on YouTube very soon, so you're not missing anything. Over to you.
Yep. We thought we'll start with currently in the works, right? I know that we've repeated this a bunch of times in the past weeks on our webinars or live streams, but I think it needs to be said one more time. So most of you maybe know about what we're working right now, and this is not a big surprise because we have everything here listed on our roadmap. If you are not familiar with it, we have two different roadmaps for the WordPress plugin and for Brizy Cloud. So a short search on Google Brizy roadmap will get you there. But just to recap. In the Brizy Cloud department right now, we are focusing on mainly the Brizy Cloud CMS that is composed of blogging. So we are actively working on blogging right now. We are working on advanced custom fields builder. This is similar to how those advanced custom fields builders work in WordPress. You'll be able to create different custom posts. Basically, we call them in the cloud, we call them assets. We are also working on a Brizy apps feature. I'll go through all this in the next slides and in the design, and I'll showcase it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're also actively working on webhooks. I know that a lot of you requested webhooks for different kind of integrations with the Brizy Cloud platform, so we'll have that. Also, white label, it's another thing we started to work on. White label refers to the possibility for you to get Brizy Cloud and sell it as under your own branding, right? So basically, you'll be able to brand your admin, your dashboard. You'll be able to change your domain name servers. So basically, when your clients will access your website, it will access your website, not Brizy Cloud, but in the backend, Brizy Cloud will do the heavy lifting. So you'll be able to sell that as your own. This is yet another feature that was highly requested. And web stories. Most of you maybe know we have this kind little thing product that we are putting out there also in WordPress and in cloud, and it will come very soon because it's finished. What I realized right now that I forgot to put here is the very important design update that is coming in a couple of weeks, maybe something like this. We're putting it together right now. If you came to one of our latest live streams, I think, or webinars, can't remember exactly, we showcased some of the designs. We are preparing 20 layout packs, and each layout pack comes with 8, 10, 12 pages each. So it will be a consistent and long-awaited design update. So this is in a nutshell. Let's go to the. I think GP. I'm not sure if we should take some questions or maybe
no questions at the moment. I'm looking at the questions. We're all highly anticipated. But
Okay.
Before you start, I have a question. Are we looking at maybe a funnels UI tonight or not?
I have the funnel sort of ready to show it to you as a kind of surprise, as a second surprise, because I have a bigger surprise. But but I'm thinking at the last minute, and I'm thinking out loud here, because funnels will not come first in cloud. They will come in WordPress first, the funnels functionality, because the funnels functionality, as I've explained in the past, are highly dependent on payments and on making that conversion, right? So,
okay. Understood.
So yeah, we'll benefit from WooCommerce in WordPress, and it will come in WordPress first. So I'm thinking maybe it would be wiser and better to show it in a WordPress related webinar or live stream first. Okay, back to the Brizy Cloud.
Right, we are ready for you.
Yeah, I'll share my screen and start talking and explaining what we are thinking behind the UI, and you know that we put great emphasis and great price on a great UI and ease of use. And but before I start, I want to preface this to tell you again, because I know that tomorrow some of you will ask me when the blogging is coming, next week or the week after. This is only the design, right? This is only the UI prototype design. It's not implemented. It's implemented up to a point, but it's only the design. Keep that in mind. Okay, let me see if I can remember how to share application window. I'll go with Chrome. Okay, we go with the Inception thing, and then I'll switch to my InVision. This is an app we are using. It's an online app. Maybe you've heard of. Most of designers use it nowadays, and big companies. Not that we're big, but it's a great app. It's called InVision. So we basically prototyped all the design here. Can you see my screen, GP? All okay?
We can see all good.
Excellent. So we've prototyped the design. What you're seeing here are only images that are linked together. So basically, this is not the app in itself, but only the design. As you can see, the sidebar here is modified a bit from the sidebar in Brizy Cloud. I'll draw your attention here. You'll see that the gear in the left sidebar disappeared. So basically, we will not have that pop-up where you'll change pages, create certain things. We wanted to go with a more immersive, if you want, more immersive experience, right? To have everything layered on top of your website, like to give you the feeling that you can jump from one thing to another very fast, and at the same time return to your editing in the builder very fast. So what you'll do to start working with the Brizy CMS, you'll press this button up top, and this will bring up a drawer, right? You are used to it in a way, because we've tried to use the same design language and the same coloring and the same thing that you are used in Brizy. So this is not all the way alien. It's sort of something that you know already. And what you'll notice here is 2 tabs at the top, but I think we will have 3 at some point. Anyway, the first tab is assets, where you'll have all the assets that you might be used to from WordPress, for example, pages, blog posts, portfolio, events, or whatever kind of assets you'd want to create by yourself. Going here, create custom assets. So you'll be able going here in this builder, and we have here you'll see a different kind of builder that will let you create any kind of asset, custom field, custom post here. The next section is the shop. Here is all the shop functionality. We've separated here in marketing, so we'll bring here the pop-ups and alerts and leads and things you are used to now in Brizy Cloud, but they are placed or designed or put in different places, but we'll bring everything here, right? Okay, so when you click blog posts, you'll get another drawer, a bigger one. As you can see, it will cover 75 to 80% of the page. So at any point you can go back to editing your page. I really like this approach because it doesn't detract from your experience. It doesn't pull you back. You don't go into the admin somewhere remote and then go back, and then this back and forth. It might not seem like something very important, but I think if you stretch that back and forth for for the time of a project or the time of 10 projects, you'll if you time that back and forth, you'll scare yourself how much time you lose. Anyway, you'll click the blog post and you'll get a listing. This is a listing like you see in WordPress, for example. You'll get a search here up top. You have some blog posts here with some links, and you can go to the previews or edit something. Or if you go here, you'll notice the icon to edit it in Brizy. So basically, if you click this icon, you'll jump to the builder and edit this post. You can duplicate it, delete it. If you click a post, of course, you'll go to the post details. Again, we didn't want to reinvent the wheel here, and it doesn't make sense to do something crazy that is not recognizable. We wanted to keep to first of all to do a clean interface, an easy to understand interface, and keep the commonalities and the things you are used to from other software CMSs like WordPress or other platforms. So you'll get here the usual fields, right? Title, excerpts, featured images, body text, and all the familiarity you have here. We've also created and separated the information here on different tabs. So you'll have comments in a separate tab, for example. I want to tell you right now, and I'll keep telling this in this webinar, not all this functionality you are seeing here in the design prototype will come at launch, not by a long shot, because how you do interfaces and you do it and you create the system as a whole because you want it to work as a whole, but things might come in pieces. For example, shop will come later on, and maybe some other things. Okay, comments. We have SEO options, so we'll have a tab dedicated to SEO, but only for this post. So basically, what you'll control here is SEO only for the post you are currently editing. And then social, of course, where you can put your social share images and descriptions and so on and so forth. Let me go back.
So, Dimi, I'll interject you while you are busy. There are a few questions related, because before we leave, maybe, and then the question doesn't make sense anymore.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Mika was asking, I think a lot of people are impressed with this interface they are seeing here. I can see, usually the chat room is quiet. There's no comments. And then suddenly the comments just come in as people understand what they are seeing. So they're very impressed. So the question is already, can this be taken to WordPress at some point? And I believe that is probably a no.
It's probably a no right now. I can't answer it fully right now. I know that we've discussed a lot making the same builder for both platforms, and there are some things that we want to move in WordPress. For example, we've discussed the menu builder. We've discussed to move it there, or some other things, but. This is a more complex discussion, and I don't want to put something out there that might not fulfill in the end. This is a custom solution for Brizy Cloud for the moment, and what we are trying to do, always we are trying to do this, and I think this is important if you are a designer, if you are a creator, if you are a UI or a user experience designer, is to take a niche, to take a focus on something, right? We are focusing on Brizy Cloud right now. So if we were to juggle WordPress at the same time in here, we might take some decisions that might not be perfect for either of the platforms. So right now, what I'm showing, it will be in Brizy Cloud exclusively, and we'll see about bringing it to WordPress later on. But I can tell you this: we've had discussions like this to bring some elements, something. So I don't exclude at some point to move some things in here and make it actually one-on-one, right? When you enter WordPress or Cloud to can't tell this difference.
All right. And just again, for some of you who may have shown up late. I've seen this question a few times. What you are seeing at this moment, what Dimi is showing you, is not a working prototype. This is a design UI. So it's an idea of where we are working towards. And as such, this is not something that is actually code in development. There may be some parts of it, but this is not like if you see shop there, it doesn't mean there's an e-commerce solution around the corner. These are all in developments. And Dimi just said, this is not going to be, don't expect all of this at launch. It's going to take quite a time. Yep. This is just a future glimpse that you're getting at this moment. So
exactly.
When we're asking about the e-commerce, is not yet on that horizon yet.
No, it's not, and it will be a custom software that will integrate here. This cloud being a software and a platform built from scratch, we basically needed to recode or reinvent some functionalities and features that in WordPress come for developers as a bonus, right? You want shopping, you have WooCommerce. You want menus, you have the menus built there inside WordPress. But we needed to build a lot from scratch, and this is a plus at some point. And I'm glad we did it, because we could take, and we have the liberty to take some decisions that might hinder you in WordPress.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gad says, "Why show us a future glimpse? It seems cruel." I know.
Let me just make a very fine point here. This is the design, the prototype design, but it is the final design. So it is how it will look for sure. There is no question here. Maybe some short adjustments or some minor things changed, but this is the final design. So it is not now implemented fully, but it is the final design. It will be implemented, and it will look like this.
Yep. So that's just a teaser, guys. It's to whet your appetite and make you hungry for the future. Okay, Dimi, back to you.
Okay, next I'll go through the shop pages a bit to show you some things. But again, remember, shop it will come. We are thinking everything as a whole. So basically, we are designing everything right now. It will come, but it's a bit in the future. Shop. Of course, when you go to shop, you'll go to products. You have a listing of all products. Again, we didn't reinvent the wheel here. You have products. If you go in a product details, you'll have product name, descriptions, galleries, all the things that you need to put your products and sell them. Create a shop and create your business and sell products online. Prices, discounts, codes, categories, reviews, and everything there. Of course, the products come with reviews instead of comments. The SEO tab and the social tab are the same. For orders, you have access to all the orders here. And of course, your customers, we don't have any customers yet. This is a standard no customers or no something page. But I'm sure when we'll release the shop, you'll have plenty of customers. So this page will be always full of lines on your side. The marketing is pop-ups. You are familiar with pop-ups right now in Brizy Cloud. The only difference is that we'll bring the pop-ups and all our little features or projects, web stories that will be here on marketing most likely, and things like that. So funnels, eventually it will be here on marketing. So we want to bring everything and encapsulate it here, right here in the builder, and bring a cohesive experience, right?
So I, for me, I think one of the appeals of WordPress for any developer is because there are so many other third parties contributing. Like when we talk about WordPress and we talk about an e-commerce platform, you don't have to go and invent WooCommerce again, right? You've got the payment gateways, you've got everything set up there. But when we are talking about e-commerce for Brizy Cloud, this is massive work, right? We're not talking something small here, because you have to bring in all of that which we get already done in WooCommerce for WordPress. You just have to build the builder around that, right?
Exactly, but we will not do it from scratch. That is a massive undertaking, and you need a bunch of money, a bunch of time, and a huge team to build everything from scratch. And to build a shop from scratch, it's huge. What we'll do is we'll license a software that does this, that does shopping, and has some powerful APIs that we can grab and can customize and can stylize and do a lot of things with those APIs, and we'll integrate a solution like that, right? So we'll integrate a solution that is licensed from professionals that build such solution for enterprise clients and enterprise corporate. We will not build from scratch, not by a long shot. No.
Okay. Right. Good. It makes sense because.
Okay. So yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You always need to balance things, right? It's you can have, and this is a decision we've took 2 years ago. And you can see this going. If you look behind, you can have speed in development and try to move things and push them a bit faster, or you can have every little feature done to perfection to 130%, right? And we choose to bring some features to 90%, to 95%, and release them, and move on and put things there and push the project forward and develop the Brizy Cloud, develop Brizy WordPress at the same time, and move things around. So this is another decision. We have to balance things. We can start. We have the know-how. We have the guys are very competent to start a project like this if you wanted to. And there is an advantage here if you start from scratch. If you have other software, you can benchmark, you can see what others are doing, and I'm sure we can do a tremendous job. But it doesn't make sense because we want to move fast, and to bring the shop faster to you means to license a software, a shop software that is specifically made for projects like this, for developers, and that makes perfect sense. So yeah.
Okay, before you continue, because this question I'm not going to be able to remember, and it's been asking a few times. So just quickly, please. On the blogging, asking again, not to lose the question. This is from Abdul. The body text should have a stylish section, maybe an HTML editor. Would you be implementing this? I guess so.
Not really.
Oh,
not really. No, yes, you can maybe got used to it a bit. We're trying things a bit different, right? If you want to style this everything regarding styling, it will happen in the builder. So you'll have everything here regarding the data, and the entry, basically the entering the data, titles, the images, categories, everything like that, and everything related to styling, it will happen in the builder, everything. So I'm not seeing a case where you can where an HTML or a smart text area like in WordPress would help you more than to bring that into Brizy and play with it and do everything.
I'm going to log out.
No, but you're partially right, partially wrong. It's not 100%. And I'll tell you why a bit later on when we'll get to the apps, because we are also creating some APIs that will let you create apps for Brizy Cloud. And I'm sure some smart developers may figure a way to create an app that brings WordPress into cloud at the click of a button. So who knows? Yeah.
Catalin says, does this mean you will be dropping the WordPress plugin in the near future?
No,
I can say that one. No,
of course not. Why would we do that?
Definitely no.
Yeah. No, but clear proof that we embraced WordPress. We are working in WordPress since 2009. It's our core business. Why would we do that? And another thing is look at how Brizy works. Brizy Cloud and Brizy WordPress. They basically sync each other with that functionality that we've worked a lot on. If we would have abandoned WordPress at some point, it wouldn't have made sense to create that feature that brings WordPress and cloud together. So no, of course not.
Okay, great. Let's have.
You'll give it a name. You'll call it service, or you'll call it I don't know. If you are dealing with cars, you'll call it cars. You can call it anything you want. You'll create basically a custom post that will appear here. You'll select an icon for it. Let me see. You'll be able to input text areas, numbers, emails, links, and things like that, right? So you'll be able to create your custom posts with the custom assets you want, files, galleries, and things like that. So this is what I think is very powerful and will let anyone create and modify because there will be a couple created by us. That Brizy will come, the cloud will come with, but of course you'll be able to, from this gear, you'll be able to modify the custom assets and rename it and modify the fields and remove some things and put other things there. So that's about it with the custom assets. I can move on, GP, but if there are any questions, we can make a 2-minute break to.
No big questions yet on this point, but I think we may still talk about it. There were some few peoples that drop out. I've had good connection all the way through. I've not had any dropouts, but guys, I mean, this is the internet. So if you see audio getting lost or you drop out for a moment, hit that refresh button and just get back into the room. These things do happen. But so far, it's mostly okay. Just remember, these things do happen. We're going to talk about SEO, right? Because Gerdo and Anthony has been asking a lot about the SEO for Brizy Cloud. So if that is still upcoming, we can leave it until later. But if not, then you can talk about it now.
Yeah, sure. What we've done, we'll have. I'm not sure if you guys were here from the start, but I'll go back a bit to the posts and pages and things like that. Here, we'll have in each post or page or custom asset, you'll have a special tab. In each of these assets, you'll have a special tab called SEO. So basically, what you'll control here, you'll control the permalink. You'll put your SEO title, description. This will apply. The SEO here will apply only on this custom on this post you are working. We are working right now, right, or post or page. But in the project settings here down in the left sidebar, if we click on it, we'll see that these settings are basically the settings that you see right now in the pop-up in Brizy Cloud. So we brought them here, and the first tab is SEO, and you have control over the global SEO for your project, title, descriptions, and favicon and things like that. I hope this clears some things regarding the SEO part. And since I'm here in the project settings, I'll go through the other tabs. We have here at the top site and shop, because shop will come with different options and different things that are specific to shops. But on the side tab, we have SEO, we have sharing. So here you'll set your global things for sharing, and images and thumbnails and things like that. We'll have at some point we'll have translations. I'm not sure. I think the links are a bit off here because it went to the shop settings, but we can go through this as well. So yeah, this is the shop tab where you can see that here are all the settings and all the things regarding the shop with the checkout and all the payments integrations that you can activate. with different shipping rates and taxes and notifications, and everything will be here. Everything will be here. But keep in mind, the shop is further down the line. Blogging will be first. Let me get back to the project settings. Right. So we'll have translations at some point here, because we got. You can look in the chat right now at the beginning of our live streams and webinars, and you can see that everyone is basically from We're Global, right? Everyone is from a different country, and we got a lot of requests and questions and requests about translate functionality to let you translate and switch languages and things like that. And we are discussing this, and things will be in the work at some point, and we'll have this. Of course, the custom CSS that applies globally. We have this in Brizy Cloud as well. We have the code injection in header and in footer. This helps you with third-party scripts, third-party APIs, third-party everything, right? If you have an embeddable, I don't know, Facebook Pixel, Tag Manager, Google Analytics, every system and every software like this, every app like this requires you to insert some scripts in the header or in the footer of your website, and you'll do it from here. And last but not least, we'll have webhooks. This is empty right now, but here you'll be able to create certain webhooks and push the information from Brizy Cloud to your URLs and get it from there and do what you want with it. That's about it with the project settings. I'll move on to menus here. When I click the menus, another button will appear here, so don't freak out. So here is menus. Apps appeared here because we'll have three things actually. We'll have assets, we'll have menus, and we'll have apps. The menus functionality is basically the same what we have right now. The only difference is that it is integrated in this new way, this new integrated and in my opinion great way. Right now in Brizy Cloud you can see it in a pop-up that appears on top of your website. But it's basically the same. You'll create a menu from here, you'll add certain pages, and you have multiple options to select what blog posts or external URLs or pages or things like this, and you'll be able to add and search for them and add them to the menu. You have certain options here with title and the ability to set it at homepage. Right. Okay, let's go to the apps.
I'm curious. I have a request for menus.
Yeah, sure.
When we drag the menus and you want to drag it up, can we make that a little bit easier?
No, you know what? You are dragging it wrong.
No, I know, but it's just so I want to drag it like that, and then it doesn't work.
I feel you. I've fought with that myself a couple of times until I understood that you don't have to move it up. You have to move it from left to right. If you move it from left to right, it's very easy. But the script we are using there because we are creating a lot of functionality from scratch, but there are some things that it doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel, right? So we basically are using a menu drag and drop menu script, and that script works this way, right? Of course, we can tweak it and we can change it and make it more, but it's again something that we choose to leave a bit behind in the favor of continuing to work on other more priority things. But yeah, we'll drag it from left to right now, and we'll get in there at some point and fiddle with it and make it.
I can live with it.
Yeah.
Rolf asked an interesting question. So, I mean, probably these decisions haven't been made, but there should be some kind of roadmap there. What of these features that we are seeing now will be pro only? I guess blogging will be a pro feature, or the shop will definitely be a pro feature, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it will be a pro feature. We are still discussing some things here, but regarding the pricing and what things to include in free and what in pro. But not sure all of you know us since 2018, since we launched, but we always try to include as much as we can in free. GP can testify for that, and Chris and all the veterans here. Jay, maybe, I know he's always in our webinars. We're always trying to include as much as we can in free to let you do the projects you want to do from start to finish. For a great example, and I always give this because I know a lot of our competitors don't do it, and I think it's a cheap shot to cut the contact form, for example, to force you to buy the pro because you don't have access to the contact form. But we don't lock that. You have the contact form is totally free. We only lock the integrations. And this will continue to go in this direction. We'll continue to add as much as we can in free, and to make decision based on to make decision with the user experience and the ease of use in mind every time. So yeah,
right.
Okay, so should we move on to the apps? I think yes.
Yeah, I think apps is very important. We want to know what's behind that closed door.
Yeah. So apps. This is basically we'll have an API where the guys are already working on the API, and the cloud actually, the cloud. All this interface and all the functionality here in the cloud is also an app. But is an app built on the same API, but the only difference between the app, the Brizy Cloud, and these apps in the list here, the only difference is that Brizy Cloud, when you enter the Brizy Cloud, the app comes pre-installed, and you can't uninstall it, right? So API are very powerful. So developers will register some API keys on our side, and they'll be able to access the API points and create all sorts of different apps that can be included here in our market. As you can see, there are no prices here right now because we didn't went so far as to create a business model yet on this marketplace. We'll most likely start with it open. Maybe we'll create a couple of apps ourselves just to get things going and show some examples. But you can create all sorts of apps here. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with Shopify. They have a similar system. We actually, Sergio, I know, studied every system out there to see what they are doing. And this is how Google works. This is how Google Apps work. This is how Shopify apps work. You'll be able to create all sorts of integrations. Maybe that idea you had, GP, with an app that translates WordPress into Brizy Cloud. Sure, why not? It will be possible with an app here in Brizy Cloud. So that's about it. All sorts of marketing. You'll be able to create productivity things, finances, reporting, SEO things. We will be able to create. I think if you think about it, if our Brizy Cloud, all the interface you see here and all the functionality is basically an app created on the same API, I can imagine you can do anything you would want.
And the API is an open API?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's you'll basically have an account on us as a developer account, and you'll get API access and you'll get API access and keys and secrets and things like that, means to connect to the API and get information and put information in. So it will be a two-way street. That's about it. I forgot. I was waiting for you to
Okay. Yeah. No, that's it. Good. Now, the questions, I think everything that you've shown us, the questions, a lot of suggestions for integrations have come through. I mean, when that is still a little bit far away. Let me see here.
Yeah, the truth is we can't integrate everything, right? We have, for example, we have I think we have a list of 40 requested integrations for the contact form. We already have 18 or something like this, and we have a list. I think we've asked in the Facebook community at some point a year ago or something like this, and we have another 40 on the list. So it's literally almost impossible to handle all that needs. So I'm presuming there will be developers that will want to jump on this and get on the wave and develop some interesting integrations here with all sorts of creative ideas.
So, do you have anything else to show us, or are we at the end?
We're basically at the end of the showcase.
The white label we cannot show, right? That's just in the works.
That is in the works, and now that I think about it, there will be some things to show there, but it is in the works. And if you guys want, we can talk a bit about it, because if a couple of months ago I avoided to talk about it, and we usually try to avoid to talk about things that are not certain yet, right? We are still discussing it. Some ideas are thrown on the table, and
okay, so I'm not sure if I'm frozen, but I lost Timmy. Maybe this time it's my internet.
It will work similar to how our WAS license work in WordPress. You'll need to apply to get in, right? So you'll fill in a form. That email comes to us. What, GP? What's fine?
We lost you for 30 seconds, so I was not sure whether they lost me too, but we lost you for 30 seconds, and luckily, yeah. But you're back now. Yeah.
Okay. So let me rewind and go back. The reason I know more solid things right now to share for regarding the white label. Sometimes when we don't want to share, or we choose not to tell a lot of things, is because we know some things, we know some ideas. They are still in the discussion phases. We are changing them a lot, so it doesn't make sense to put something out there that is not on solid ground, at least a bit. And white label now is on solid ground, because we know how it will be and how it will do it. And we'll do it like this. You'll need to apply on our website. So basically, we'll have a page related to white label, and you'll fill in a form, and you'll apply to our website. That email comes to us, and we'll get back to you with the steps and all the things that need to be done to activate your white label. And we chose to do this from two perspectives. One, we want to keep we don't want to let anyone to just come and sell white label Brizy Cloud. We want a closer relationship with anyone that will choose to be basically a reseller of Brizy Cloud through white labeling. And this interaction will need to be a partnership, and you'll need to apply, and we'll activate your white label, and it needs to be a partnership. The second point is because we need to do some things on our side to create some encapsulated script structures and things to let your white label work. It's not automatic. We'll need to manually do for every client some things, because and these things I can get into more detail if you want, but it will get more technical. It doesn't make sense and for you to know all this information. But on short, it's related to all the configurations and all the licensing we have on the software, right? We're employing different server licensing, SSL certificates, and everything right now is created on our company. Everything is created for us, for Brizy Cloud. But we'll have to duplicate everything and make encapsulated Brizy clouds basically for each customer that will want to sell Brizy Cloud. And that's why this relationship, it will need to be a close one as a partnership, and you'll need to apply it. It will have a fee, an yearly fee or a monthly fee if you want. We are still discussing this. So basically, it will be you'll pay a fee to sell Brizy Cloud, and then you'll be able to set your own prices. So at first, you'll sell our plans. 1.0 white label, it will let you sell our plans, so you will not be able to modify them. Actually, I'm not sure yet, maybe a bit, but the idea is to eventually to let you modify the plans to put maybe more sites or put some limitations in terms of visitors or things like that. But at first, you'll sell our plans, the Studio and the Pro, the Studio and the Personal, and you'll be able to set the prices, right? So basically, we sell it with our price, but if you are working in a niche, in a more profitable niche, or more you have your customers, you want to brand it as a premium product. If you want to sell the Personal with $1,000 a month, it's totally your choice, and you'll be able to set the prices on those plans. So this is the top level idea. There are details, and the guys are working right now to figure out all the structure of the licensing and how the redirects will go. There are layers and layers, because we'll have notifications that need to come from your email. Your clients can't receive notification from at brizy.io, right? We have custom domains. We have previews for projects that can't be on brizy.site. So there are some layers there, but we are making progress. We'll get there for sure.
Right. So, guys, this was a little bit of a showcase on what's coming up. And as you can see, what we usually do, yes, like Gerda said earlier, maybe we're a little bit cruel. We just tease you, and then as we get closer to it, we will show you more. But Dimi, I think a few questions, and that will round off the night for us in terms of normal stuff for Brizy Cloud that I think people have been asking for. What is the development for this? So one, let's talk about the media library for your media.
Yeah, we have that on the list. I think we've this keeps getting back, and I always after we meet and discuss in live streams or webinars, I always the next day talk with the guys. Look, there is a lot of requests here, a lot of requests there, and we try to move some things maybe up in the priority list, maybe move some things down, but it always is a very hard balancing act, because you want something, I want something, and everyone wants something first. It is on the list, and we want to do it, but it will need to wait a bit. But I can see, we all see the importance of having it. It's not that we don't see it. It will be a cloud CMS. If you have a CMS, you need to have a media library, right? It's sort of odd not to have it, and we will have it. But we want to push blogging first and see how that the fit.
And that's it. Oh, okay, you're back. We lost you for 2 seconds. No problem. Okay. Another famous question coming your way: clone pages, clone projects, and backup of projects.
Yeah, I've actually asked Sergio just today before going live, because I know that this comes back and back every time, and I've asked him, look, man, tell me when is this gonna start being a reality? And he told me that right after we push the first version of blogging, we'll start on cloning and pages and projects. Just a short point here. These guys I'm working with are super smart. I way smarter than me, that's for sure. And I've seen them at work 2 years. They did an amazing, tremendous job. Don't think that they can't do. This seems like you duplicate something. It's easy. It is sort of easy, but there are some questions there that we kept postponing a bit the answer to those, because it's a bit more complex with the links to the images, with some URLs that get in conflict there. It took WordPress 10 years to put duplicate clone in the blog posts, right? Just recently, I think it. Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I think Anthony has repeated his question 1,000,000 times, and he wants to know, currently with logging in, it's just your password and your username. Is there a possibility in the future for some kind of verification that you can have, for setting?
Yeah, I think that's possible. Of course, that's possible. Everything is possible. This is the standard Sergio answer. Anytime we ask, look, can we do this crazy thing and put it and do it like this and like this? And look, everything is possible. But the question after the bottom line is if it makes sense to be there, and sounds like authentication. Sounds like a good idea, and we'll have to look into it. I think the software we're actually using right now, it's a membership software that we use to manage all our clients and logins and accounts and things like that. I think this already has some apps regarding two-step authentication and all the verifications and things like this. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a decision. It was a decision to keep things a bit simpler for users to log in. That's maybe why it's not there. But we can look into it and analyze and see if we can put it in.
There was one question earlier about these new features that will come out. Will people who bought the AppSumo deal, will they get that? And the answer is yes, right? AppSumo was a pro deal. You get the pro features.
Yes, yep.
Yep, you'll get it. Right, and that's it. It brings us to this part, and we've had a very good evening with a lot of stuff, and there's a before we go. What's a before we go? Let's see.
But before we go, I thought that was a great, nice surprise to create a custom asset in Brizy Cloud using our advanced custom fields builder. So I can show you that because that is already done. Of course, read the notification here at the bottom. Work in progress. I'll share my screen right now.
Nelson is going to be so happy. He was saying he came late and he missed the custom content. So he's going to see something about that then.
So this is our actual Brizy CMS. This is it. This is implemented. This is not design, only design. Look, if I hover the assets here, everything. These are links. Everything is working. And I'll go to create custom asset. What we'll do here, let's say we create posts, right? We don't have posts in the list. To create posts. Singular posts. This is an option, a very interesting option that we are still working on it and see how we can bring it in a way that it's easy to understand, and we need to explain it more. As you know, we have a couple of builders in Brizy. We have a pop-up builder that is a bit different. We have a regular builder. We'll have a web stories builder. There is a bit different. So every builder is a bit different from one another. So here is where you'll select what builder do you want to use for your asset. This will give you some interesting possibilities, but we'll need to work a bit on this to make it very clear. Here we'll select an icon. Let's go with a post. Of course, these icons are dummy icons, the icons from our interface. But I'll go with this one maybe. And let's go adding some fields. This you might recognize because it's our tooltip that you can find in any element of rich text. I think it's text area if I'm not mistaken. But let's go with this one, and we'll go with field label. We'll say excerpt. This is your. You can make it required or not. You can set some certain boundaries in length, and this is how it goes. You can continue to add. Let's add, for example, let's add an image and call it. If you have a blog, you'll most likely have a featured image, right? Image. Let's make it required. Maybe not. And so on and so forth. So basically, you can create your blog posts or your posts or your custom posts exactly the way you want. I had an excerpt. I had an image. We can, for example, number you'll use when you'll most likely for prices or for things like this, right? So maybe this will make a price. It doesn't make too much sense of a blog post with prices, but I'll just add them here to showcase them to you. And then we have email, if you want to add an email. And then we'll have this as a category or tags. And then we have switch if you want to add things like enable things, right? Options that are yes, no. And of course, text. I think text I've added already. But the idea is that you can create your custom post with the fields that you want here. And after you've done this, you'll hit a save. And what if the technology doesn't play tricks on me tonight? This is required. Okay, sorry about that. As you can see, all these fields are the fields that we've added in the custom post. In the custom post, of course, you'll hello world. You'll give it a name. You'll give it an excerpt. You'll upload an image, set prices, and if you hit save, this field is missing. I have told you that this is still in the works, so I'll put my email in here. So if you want to shoot me some ideas or ask me some questions, use this email, dim@brizy.io. And we save this, and of course, if we go to posts, we'll see our first post, hello world. And from here, you can jump to the builder and start editing the post with the Brizy builder, or we'll have template functionality exactly like in WordPress, and you'll be able to create templates that you'll apply on categories of posts or on single posts or on all the posts. You'll be able to create archives and things like that. This is our custom asset builder. I hope you liked it, and this will enable you basically to create everything regarding custom posts. Yes, GP.
So this brings them to the question to round it off with ETA. When will all this be there?
All this be there. I've asked Sergio this. I am always asking Sergio about timelines, approximate timelines. How are we on this? How are we on that? And the consensus was that it takes a while to get done because it's pretty complex, and being a cloud CMS, and not only that, being a static cloud CMS, it's there are some layers of complexity here. But as you can see, things are working. So a first version of cloud, we are expecting it to be soon, and we want it soon. Maybe by the end of the year, the beginning of 2021, the latest. So it's close.
3 months, 9 months, 18 months. Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
I'd say the first version, I'd say 3 months. If you were to, I need to put some 5 bullet points, right? Because any answer is, if you were to put me on the spot and to choose between 3, 6, 9, and 12, I'll choose 3. So.
Right, guys, that brings us to the end. Thank you very much to everyone for your questions. Anthony, Stephen, Kimberly, Jay, Nicolaj, and I mean, so many of you, you keep us on our toes. Thanks you for the feedback. Even though we are quite a dedicated team, sometimes something that comes up in the chat really sparks a new way of thinking about things. So we really value the community's input. We know sometimes it gets frustrating because we don't always get things when we want, but it really helps us keep forward and making this product better and better, and you can see how things are developing. So thank you very much where you are. Have a good morning. Have a good evening. Dimitri.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you, I guess, GP, and we'll see everyone in the next town hall. I think it's a town hall is coming next. If I'm not mistaken, maybe next week or the week after. Yeah, we'll see about that.
End of the month, almost. Yeah.
It's flying like Thanks, guys, for being here. For all the feedback, I just saw a couple of questions about collaboration tool and. Everything will come. We need some.
Stephen mentioned you want collaboration because you want the relationship.
It will come. It's almost the collaboration. I think it's almost done for a couple of months already, but there are still a couple of points to link it to the builder, and we were so into this blogging and to make it work, and we hit a couple of walls with the blogging, and we needed to break them as usual, and there are a bit other priorities right now, but the collaboration tool will definitely come, and with the savings for custom for global styling, we've discussed that as well. Anyway, so patience is a virtue.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye.